morning, children. Welcome to our next session in Fields and Fences. This is Module 3 in Chapter 13 for Grade 4. At the end of this session, you will be able to solve word problems related to total length of the boundary. That is the problem related to perimeter. Before going into today's session, let us recall what we learned in the last session. We learned what an area is. Area is the total space covered by the closed shape. And we learned area of a square equal to S into S. That is, you have to multiply the side twice to get the area. And area of the rectangle is length into breadth. Let's look at the first problem. Find the length of the boundary of the triangle if all the sides are equal and measure 30 centimeter. So here we want to find the length of the boundary of the triangle. It is given that all the sides are equal and the measure of one side is 30 centimeter, which means all the three sides are 30 centimeter only. So in order to find the total length of the boundary, that is the perimeter of the triangle, we need to add all the three sides. So perimeter equal to 30 centimeter plus 30 centimeter plus 30 centimeter, which is 90 centimeter. I hope it's clear, children. A rectangular park 100 meter long and 50 meter wide needs to be fenced. Find the length of the fencing material needed for this park and also the cost of fencing it if it is rupees 6 per meter. So first, you should know what is fencing is, children. It's a new word you are learning. Fencing means creating a boundary around a park. It's like a compound. So we need to find the total length of the boundary in order to find how much fencing is needed. Now it is given it is a rectangular park. The length and breadth were given. It is 100 meter and 50 meter. So perimeter of the park will be 100 meter plus 50 meter plus 100 meter plus 50 meter, because it's a rectangular park, opposite sides are equal. So one length is 100 means the other length is also 100, it is understood. Breadth is 50 means the opposite breadth is also 50 meter. So when you add everything, you are getting 300 meter. So the length of the fencing material needed is 300 meter. In order to make a compound on the park, we need 300 meter length. Now the next question is, we want to find the cost of fencing it. Now for 1 meter, in order to get 1 meter of fencing material, we need to spend 6 rupees. So how much we need to spend for 300 meter? You have to multiply 300 into 6, which is rupees 1800. So the cost of fencing is rupees 1800. Let's move on to the next question. You have to find the length of the missing side if the length of the boundary of the triangle given is 48 meter. So here the length of the boundary, that is the perimeter, is given. We need to find the missing side. So let's look at the sides of the triangle given here. One is 15 meter, the other side is 10 meter, and the third side is missing. We want to find the length of the missing side. But they have given the total length of the boundary is 48 meter. So first you have to find out the sum of the two sides given. If you add the sum, you'll get 25 meter. Now in order to find the length of the third side, you can get it by subtracting the sum from the total length. So 48 meter minus 25 meter, it is 23 meter. Therefore the length of the missing side is 23 meter. I hope it's clear, children. Now look at the next question. Every morning Rohan jogs twice around a square park. Each side of the park is 200 meter long. How much distance does he jog every morning? So here the new word is twice. So twice means, I hope everybody know, 2 times. So Rohan has an habit of jogging the square park 2 times every day, and we need to find out how much distance he has covered by jogging 2 times. So it is around the park means it is again on the edges of the park. So we need to find the perimeter of the park. So we know the length of the park is 200 meter. So perimeter of the park, square park, is, we have to add 204 times. Instead you can multiply it by 4. So it is 800 meter. So when Rohan covered 800 meter if he jogs once in a park. One time if he jogs around the park, he is crossing 800 meter. But the question is how much Rohan jogs twice. So you have to multiply 800 meter by 2. So the distance covered by Rohan for 2 rounds is 800 into 2, which is 1600 meter, which is equal to 1 kilometer 600 meter. Let's move to the next question. The length of a rectangular shop is twice its breadth. If the breadth of the shop is 9 meter, find the length of the boundary of the shop. So we need to find out the length of the boundary, which means the perimeter of the shop. It is a rectangular shop. In order to find the perimeter of the rectangle, we need two measurements, length and breadth. Here breadth is given 9 meter, but instead of giving the length directly, they have given length of the rectangular shop is twice its breadth. So 2 times of breadth is the length. So first you should find out what is the length of the shop, then you can find out the perimeter of the shop. So breadth of the shop is 9 meter, length of the shop is 2 times its breadth, so 2 into 9, 18 meter. Now to find the length of the boundary, it is a rectangular shop. So we can follow rectangle formula, which is 2 into L plus B. So add the length and breadth, 18 plus 9, which is 27 meter, multiply it by 2, you will get 54 meter. So the perimeter of the rectangular shop is 54 meter. Now it's your turn, children. You have to find out the answer. Monica is walking on the outer pavement of the park and Misha is walking around the inner pavement of the park. If they start at the same time, who will complete the round of the park first? Yes, your answer is right. Misha will finish first because the perimeter of the inner pavement is much smaller than the perimeter of the outer pavement. So if they start at the same time, definitely Misha will finish first. So in this session, we have learned to solve problems related to the length of the boundary, that is the perimeter. I hope you are clear with today's session, children. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session.